Hi everyone, good evening. It's Mrs. H again with the next video. For the next video, I thought we'd have some fun and we talk about penguins. I did a little bit of research, looked it up, and wrote down some comments here. And we're basically going to talk about four types of penguins, but I'm going to cover uh, at the first part about what a penguin's all about as well. And if you stick in there, then we're going to see some special penguins in the next few minutes, so stick with me. There are about 17 types of penguins. Penguins have a torpedo-shaped body to help them swim. They glide through the water, and they use their wings as flippers. Just like whales, penguins have a flat layer under their skin called blubber. Over the top of this is covered with fluffy down feathers, and over the top they have the outer feathers, which overlap to seal in the warmth. A lot of people might think that they have fur, but it's not. It's actually feathers. And those feathers keep them, when they get out of the water, they keep them non-wet, is a way to describe it. They can swim up to 7.6 miles per hour, and they usually stay under the water for 25 minutes, and they can dive in the ocean for about 180 feet. Penguins can drink salt water. They filter out the salt, and then they drink it. Then they sneeze the extra out through their nose. So that's their water. Penguins survive winter storms by combining their body heat and staying in the community real close together. So when you see them in movies that they're huddled, hundreds of them, that's what they're doing. They're just trying to keep warm, and they do it as together. They eat small fish, squid, and small crustaceans in the sea. A group of penguins that are on land is called a colony or a waddle. And if you think about it, how they waddle back and forth, it's pretty funny. If they are floating at sea, they're called a raft. Baby penguins are called chicks and assembled in groups called creches. At this time, other penguins will help take care of baby penguins. Penguins usually have no fear of humans and will often approach a group of humans for the most part. Can you imagine a penguin walking up to you? Now let's just talk about the penguins. There are going to be four types we're talking about. One will be the king penguin, the macaroni penguin, the emperor penguin, and the southern rock hopper penguin. So let's get started. All right, here we are. This penguin ended up having her glass of water without the salt. So here we are ready to start. Only for you at Extended Day could this ever happen. We're going to start with the emperor penguin, the largest of all the penguins, standing at 45 inches tall, the lifespan 15 to 20 years. They have black heads and backs, white bellies, and yellow trim around their neck. Their colors camouflage them in the depths of the sea. They hunt in the open seas and in the cracks in the ice where they can find their food. They can stay underwater for almost 20 minutes and can swim deeper than any other bird. They don't make nests at all. The fun thing is they can do is leap into the air while swimming. The king penguin is the second largest of the penguin species. They live in the southern hemisphere. They're about 2.8 to 3.1 feet tall and weigh 28 to 38 pounds. They walk slowly and they do not hop. They have difficulty walking backwards, and their legs and feet are so short they waddle. The king penguin is black with a white belly, orange and red cheeks, and a golden yellow neckline. Their pupil is circular. They also have color vision and are sensitive to ultraviolet, blue, green wavelengths of light. This sounds like a very strong and interesting penguin. The macaroni penguins, imagine that name, macaroni. They get their name from an English explorers. There was an explorer who wore a flashy feather in his hat. It was called a macaroni. The macaroni penguin can live up to 15 to 20 years, stand about 28 inches tall, and spend most of their time at sea. They are one of the 6 species of crested penguin and are very close and related to the royal penguin. They can dive anywhere between 50 and 230 feet. Now remember, the other one was 180, and can hold their breath up to 3 minutes. Macaronis can hop as well as waddle. Penguins have very distinct calls and can recognize each other amongst a whole bunch of noisy penguins, with Macaroni's being the loudest. This penguin sounds like it has some character. Now, the final penguin is the southern rock hopper penguin. They live in the southern tip of South America. This penguin has sharp claws and strong legs. This penguin has a fanciful head with yellow plumes coming out of their head, extending from a yellow stripe above their eye. Their beaks start off black and turn orange as they age. Their eyebrow is yellow. It sounds like a pretty interesting face to me. They're about 18 inches tall and weigh 4 to 9 pounds, much smaller than the other penguins, and they only live to be about 10 years old. They live in open seas, coastlines, and the rocky shores. They also like to stay out of the ocean for days at a time. Rock hoppers are very loud. They throw their heads back and send all different signals to one another that could mean they warn others and talking to the chicks and trying to locate one another. They like to eat krill, which are small crustaceans, and eat fish and squid. What's amazing is they can launch themselves out of the water and land on their bellies. I'm not doing that. I think this penguin is unique in many ways. So here you had some interesting facts about penguins. You can research further if you'd like and see what would be your favorite penguin. I hope you had as much fun as this penguin did.